What is it?
Some kind of a...
Is it a cow?
Or something like that. And they're trying to get off to the side. Do we need to put a rope on them to help them find their way?
Is that a cow with a couple dogs or something?
Oh, something's biting at it. It sure is. 2 dogs biting at a cow. Oh my goodness. The dogs are trying to get rescued, dear. They're trying to use the cow to get up above. We need to help them.
Or they're trying to...
No, they're needing to climb upside it just like fire swimming.
They may be trying to direct the cow.
Can we go help them?
I don't know how. That cow weighs 1,000 pounds.
We can get the dogs to leave the cow alone.
Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Marie.
10 years ago, we bought a broken down trawler for $4,000.
And nothing worked, not even the kitchen sink.
After a lot of hard work and help from our friends and family, we moved aboard Elixir full time. And now we are cruising this old boat while the work and fun continues.
So subscribe and give us a like and come along with us, cruising this old boat.
Easy rider on the highway, station wagon going slow, windows open, you are basking in the bluegrass radio. It is easy now to see you with your hand out on the wind. I keep this folded at the corner so that I could not forget. Folded at the corner so that I could not forget. Pink azaleas by your driveway.
Well, we've arrived at the Port Myakka lock at Lake Okeechobee, and this is the first time we've ever transited here that they had the lock closed. Usually we just go right on through it because it's just left open, but they've got it closed. There's no boat. They're opening the gates now. There's no boat in there, so they just have it closed to maintain water level, I guess. But they're opening it up for us. We're gonna lock through, and then we'll be in Lake Okeechobee and anchor for the night.
In your terry cotton sweater, with your arms sweeping the sky. It was then I had a knowing. You were waving till the bend. I keep this folded at the corner so that I could not forget.
Today we are crossing Lake Okeechobee. It's the second largest lake in the United States. It's completely surrounded by the United States. Some of the Great Lakes, which are bigger, we only border them on one side, and Canada borders them on the other side. So we can't see across this lake. Although it's big, it's not very deep. It's about 6 to 10 feet deep, pretty much the entire lake. But it takes about 3 hours to get across, and that's what we're doing. Gonna get to the west side and keep heading towards the Gulf. So we came upon this cow in the middle of the Okeechobee waterway, and there were two dogs. Looked like they were attacking him, but we're not sure if they were trying to attack him or they were trying to herd him back to where he was supposed to be. But they were biting him, they were climbing up on his back, and of course he's trying to swim, they're trying to swim, everybody's trying to not drown, and it was just a total melee. And it just looked really, I mean, it was gut-wrenching to watch this poor cow, and he's making noises, you know, pleading for help, if a cow can do that. And the dogs were just incessant at being all over this cow. Again, we don't know if they were trying to attack him or trying to hurt him. But, you know, we felt bad, we wanted to do something, but what do you do? And so we were successful in putting elixir in front of the cow and turning him, because he was just swimming right down the middle, and you know he's going to get exhausted with the dogs biting him the way they were. He'd end up drowning eventually. And so we got in front of him and turned elixir sideways, and that forced him to turn. And I say him, it's probably a female cow, but, well, cow would be a female. It's probably a female. So we got her to turn, and she went towards shore. We think the right side of the shore. We think that side was, you know, a grazing grounds for cows. And she, which was the south side of the canal. But she got into shallow enough water, she was able to stand up, but the dogs weren't. And one of them finally got exhausted, and he swam to the shore, which only left one dog for her to deal with. She started walking along shore, again too deep for the dogs to stand up, and eventually the second dog got tired and he went towards shore. Unfortunately, by that time the first dog had recuperated and it came back in the water after her, but it was too shallow for us to get up in there and do anything to help out, and we weren't sure what we should do to help out. We don't know what was going on, other than it just was really sad to watch. You felt bad for this poor cow, and but we finally just had to break it off and head on, and we just hope she'll be okay.
I took a dock pole and extended it as long as possible. My thoughts was to try to help separate the dogs from the cow. Both of the dogs had collars on. Oh my goodness, they're going to end up killing that poor thing. There was a fence that ran into the water to separate the properties, but it didn't go across to keep the cow from coming in, but I'm assuming that's where he came from. I wanted to drop the dinghy or swim into the water, but we didn't know how the dogs would react. I tried calling towards the dogs. They wouldn't even acknowledge me. I asked Ron to blow the horn. He blew the horn. I don't think none of that fazed them at all. They were focused on getting that cow back to the land or drowning it. I don't know which, but yeah, it was heart-wrenching.
So we've arrived at the Ortona Lock, and we've got 4 boats going through at the same time. It's not that big of a lock, so it's a little bit crowded. I'm having to keep an eye because there's a sailboat right behind me. It's real windy out here, so we're having trouble holding station. But they're trying to get the 2 boats that are already in there tied up. One of them is our sort of buddy boat we've been following since the St. Lucie lock. They were camped there, or docked there at the same time we were, and we've kind of been traveling together for the past week. So they're in the lock. They left before us this morning, but we go a little bit faster than them, so we've caught up to them. But as soon as they get them tied up, they're going to get this sailboat that's behind me tied up, and we'll go in.
We are waiting to go into the lock. There's 3 or 4 boats in there already. They've got the light red, which means don't go. He's going to be going in next. Oh, they turned it green, so that means he can go on in. So they turned the light green, so that means sailboat can go in, and then after he gets tied up, we can go in. Ron, the sailboat's going in. Campground right here.
Anybody know what this thing is? We've seen several of them, and they kind of looks like a toilet bowl float, just really big, and it does bob up and down the water. So I'm thinking maybe it registers the depth of the waterway. It's either that or some sort of switch that, you know, just like a toilet bowl float, turns stuff on and off depending on what level it is. But if any of y'all know what it is, if you comment down below, I'd be interested to know. Good, how are you?
Well, just remind you to be going down about 8 feet.
All right, thank you.
Thanks again for that opening for tonight. I'll play it out.
Very welcome, Captain. You have a good day as well.
Thanks for watching.